Hi everybody. I just want to just kind of remind you all the different supplies that the kids will need because lately several kids have been missing a lot of different supplies. So I'm just going to show them to you guys just to remind you and to try to make sure you guys have them by the kids when they're working. First one, we use this a lot in math. Everybody should have gotten this when they came in for their testing. It's a dry erase sheet. I've seen a couple that are ripped up, which I've never seen these ripped up before in my life. So we need to try to keep them in good shape because we're going to use them a lot. And the more damage they get, the harder it's going to be for them to use. So they need this. If it's missing, they'll need to find it. Also, along with that, a lot of times some kind of object. I have snap cubes here. One thing that won't make sure it won't roll. I've seen a lot of kids using balls for objects, which they're objects and they're a great size, except they roll right off their sheets. So it should be something that won't roll off their sheets and something that can fit inside of these squares. Okay. I've seen kids try to use dollar bills or straws, stuff like that, but it should be something that's small enough to fit into those little squares because a lot of times we have to fill up these 10 frames with those objects. Okay, and if you can have at least two different kinds, like I have green and orange. If you have coins, it could be pennies and quarters, just two different kinds, and something that'll fit inside those 10 frames. They also need this dry erase sheet. We use this practically every day. It's dry erase. It has all the writing lines on it. Okay, they need it, and we use it pretty much every day. Everybody should have gotten one. So if they can't find it, if you guys can please help them find it, because we use it every day. Our Go Math books. I think I gave you chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. So right now we're using chapter 1. Starting, I believe, next week, we're jumping to chapter 3. Okay? So keep those right by them because every once in a while we're going to use those. For our foundations, we use this book. So they will need this book because we'll use this book before we start actually writing the letters. We trace them with our fingers. And so we'll use this book to trace the letters with our fingers. So they'll need that. As the year goes on more and more, we're going to need this book. This book has the foundations paper. It has this kind of paper. Now, I know some people that can't find their dry erase sheet is using this paper right now. The problem is there's only so much paper in this book. So if you use this paper instead of the foundations dry erase sheet, we're going to run out of paper pretty quick in here. Okay? So if you can, just try to use this only when we're telling you to use it. As you guys probably know, we do a lot of drawing. Like if we read a book, we'll ask them to draw what we read about. So drawing paper would be good to have. It could be a tablet of paper. It could just be copy paper like I have here. It's your call. At the beginning of the school year, I gave everybody 2 dry erase markers. Lately, I've had a lot of kids telling me they don't have their dry erase markers. So if they can, A, only use them when we use them because the ink will run out. B, make sure to keep track of them because the other markers don't come off of the sheets very well. So we have that. Pencils. Now, I don't have wood pencils at my house. Obviously, at school, I have thousands of them. So some kind of pencil that they can use, preferably not this kind, though, because these will break pretty easy for them. And something to color with. It could be markers, it could be crayons, it could be colored pencils, something for them to color with. And I gave everybody a dirty sock, and now it's dirty, an eraser for their dry erase markers. Okay, and if you guys can please make sure they keep them by the area that they work with, because our time is really valuable in class, and I have students running all over the house right now trying to find supplies, which really just takes away for how much time we have to teach them during the day. So please have them keep this stuff by wherever you choose to have them work. It's just easier for them to find the stuff, okay? And then it just gives us more time that we can teach them because we only have till 2 o'clock to teach them. So every minute the kids are running around the house looking for supplies, it's less time we have to teach the kids. So please try to keep this stuff near where